are you now?
Okay, cool. All right. Well, welcome back to the channel, people. This is Fight Talk with the BMAs, Basic MMA Analysts. You got myself and you got Slick. And it's just two friends who are very passionate, two ordinary friends who are just passionate about MMA. And we're just here giving our thoughts. So yeah, man, what's happening? Slick?
Oh, man,
Slipping already.
everything and nothing at the same time. Everything and nothing at the same time. Ooh, have you seen that movie called Everything All the Time, All at Once?
No. Is that old or new? No, I don't think
It's
so.
a new movie. Everything All the Time, All at Once with, Michelle Yeoh?
Oh, I think I've seen trailers, but I haven't seen it. It's like a multiverse movie.
That's it.
Is it good?
I need to watch it again because it is everything all the time, all at once. A lot of things are happening at the same time.
Okay.
It's probably the best way to tell a multiverse story because of the
Interesting.
way that you have to see it. I don't want to give anything away, but it's just
Okay. All right.
it's a very good way of doing it. Like the fact that there's multiple versions of you and you can harness the power of those multiple versions of you. If you do certain things, you can harness the power. It's sick.
Okay. All right. Maybe I'll check it out. I mean, get me pumped up or whatever for Doctor Strange, which is coming out in a month from now. So that's to be honest, that's the only multiverse story that I want to hear about now. So I'm waiting for that one. But anyway, we're here to talk about some fights.
How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm
How
good,
are
bro.
you?
I'm good. Good. First day
Very
of Ramadan.
modest as usual. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
Yes, first day of Ramadan Mubarak to everyone, anyone listening, celebrating, whatnot. But yeah, first day for me in UK, actually in the West, it was yesterday. In Asia, it's first day is today. Yesterday meaning Saturday, today is Sunday. Anyway, but yeah, it's
happy Ramadan.
Thank you, man.
And everybody else out there, by the way.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, Ramadan's easy for me in the sense that I fast anyway. All I gotta do is stay away from water, which is fine, and just change my routine and stuff around. But you know what? But yeah, no, it's cool. It's a spiritual month. So each year I try my best to stay away from all sort of desires and all sort of, materialistic shit. I try it. It's not easy. But I've got a long way to grow. But it's good. I love this month for Ramadan. I always learn a lot more about myself and whatnot. And as I get older, I get more spiritually entwined with Ramadan and whatnot. It's not about just the fasting. Yes, that's part of it, but it's such a journey,
deeper meaning,
getting closer to God, getting closer to religion, understanding yourself more, helping people. It's a mental thing. You know what, funny, we're going to talk about Fight Talk, but I was listening to an interview with Bilal Muhammad, who's fighting next week, but not next week, the week after. And I had that question, like, why, they're doing training camps during Ramadan, why would they fight during Ramadan? And he just probably goes, listen, it's a stronger mental game than anyone, because I know my opponent is not training 2 times a day with no food and water, and I am. So it's a mental thing. I was like, well, if you look at it that kind, I don't know how it is for the body. I don't know the science behind that, but the mental, I'm like, okay, if you put it that way, that makes sense. Yeah, so that's been good. I mean, last year I remember training, doing wrestling and MMA while just before I break fast, and I was able to push it. Obviously this year, my knees,
I remember.
Yeah, my knees busted this year, so I'm not doing no martial, but I will hit the gym later on anyway, just to do a little bit. I wish, bro.
None of that.
No, maybe maybe at the end of the month, I hope I think I
sprained my butt cheek, man. That kind of hurt.
You need to stretch. It's cold out there.
Just rip.
Man, that's jokes. Well, look, we got a great card coming up next week, man. UFC273, exciting fights. Let's start with the main event, because you got the hat to kind of suit it. We got our guy Alexander Volkanovski representing Australia, and then Chang Sung Jung, Korean zombie from Korea.
Oh man.
What do you think, man? What's your thoughts on this?
The last time I heard about that guy, like when I think of Korean zombie, I think of that move. I think of Yair Rodriguez giving him that. That's what I think about.
That unbuck elbow. Yeah.
That was mad. What I think of that fight, I think Volkanovski will probably squash him, to be honest.
I think a lot of people are thinking that, and Volkanovski was saying, I'm not going to underestimate, because I think a lot of
You
people are
shouldn't.
thinking that.
You
But you
shouldn't.
know what? I
You
think,
shouldn't.
yes, I think I have the same thing. I think Volkanovski is going to be very more strategic and piece him up. But I think, you know, Korean Zombie, everyone obviously known to be the zombie and shit. But Gaethje said it the best, because he's also known to be a baller as well. But he said,
Bit of a
listen,
zombie. Punch drunk, they call him, right?
yeah, but he goes, listen, because he gets offended by that. He goes, watch my fight again with Chandler. Like, it's strategic brawling. And I think Korean Zombie has a similar thing, meaning that it's not just taking shots. And yes, they take shots and they're used to it, but they do try and slip and rip and whatnot. So
or even deflect the punch, you know, roll with the punch.
Roll with the punches and stuff. I think, you know, like, and I'm learning more about this as well, in the sense of like strategic brawling and shit. It's not just there's
Diego
movement
Sanchez.
yeah, but there is movement, there is head movement, there is rolling, there is just throwing with it and whatnot. I think, you know, Korean Zombie's plan will probably be like, so I think like he's gonna try and get Volkanovski into a brawl, into that environment of a brawl, and then
he's a brawler then.
Who?
Zombie. I don't really remember his fights too much, to be honest. You're saying he's a stand and bang?
Yeah, man. I mean, if you remember, the one that got him famous, what was it? Leonard Garcia, I think it was. He had the 2 fights, one in the WEC, and then he came over to the UFC. Bro, it was a massive brawl. And then the second fight,
do my homework.
Yeah, the second fight he won with a twister. That was the first twister in the UFC. The Zombie caught him. Remember? Do you remember that one?
Vaguely. He was on the undercard.
I can't remember what card it was, but it was definitely a hyped fight, because they had a crazy fight in WEC. It was like the last events of WEC and whatnot. But
he was around then?
Yeah, man. Zombie's been out there for ages, bro. But Zombie's been in the top 10, I think, for like a decade now or something, bro.
But hold on, was he always in the UFC?
No, remember he was in WEC and then he came to UFC. And don't forget, I think he had to do service.
Immediately.
Did he have to do military service? I think he had to do the 2-year military service, if I remember correctly.
I remember hearing.
He fought Jose Aldo. Do you remember he fought Jose Aldo and he popped his shoulder out?
In WEC or UFC?
Nah, UFC. He fought for the title before against Jose Aldo, and then he threw a combination and popped his shoulder out, and then
yes, like against the cage, yeah.
Yeah.
I think okay, but I don't remember his like long run in the UFC. I just remember a couple spots.
Yeah, maybe.
You know?
I mean, I guess maybe just haven't followed it as much. I mean, look,
Perhaps.
I can't say I remember, but he's fought, bro. He beat Dustin Poirier back in the days. He beat Frankie Edgar. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, boys.
You know what? I am definitely a basic MMA analyst.
Well, that's why we are, boy. That's what we are. We are the BMA.
I am the basic MMA analyst. I don't even know these things. I'm sorry, people. I'm not worthy of the hat.
Bro, it's all good, man. That's why we're here, bro. That's why we communicate, man. We're
I need to go watch that, man.
But check him out, bro. But look, I mean, I think I don't know what the odds are. It says minus 760 Volkanovski. This is on the UFC site, so I'm not looking at no betting sites.
Okay.
And plus 525 Korean Zombie. But I think, look, Volkanovski, after his last couple fights, and he's beat, you know, listen, with Holloway, they were close fights. There's still a little controversy and whatnot. But then the Brian Ortega one, for me, man, that's when I realized this guy's a beast, because Brian Ortega caught him in that deep guillotine and he escaped. And then he caught him in Brian Ortega's special move, bro, the triangle T-City, and he got caught in that and came out. And then I was like, Volkanovski's a beast. Like, you can't. He was caught in his special move and he came out, bro. That's like a video game.
Special move, like,
I don't care.
Tap L1 quickly. L1.
T-City. Bro, I don't care, man. T-City caught him and then he got out. I was like, all respects to Volkanovski, and you know what? He deserves respect. I think he's always going to have that Max Holloway thing on his back, but I'm sure they'll fight again and see what happens. But
they will. Yeah, they will. They don't like each other. Like, genuinely, there seems to be some animosity there, which is always fun to see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like,
respectful.
It's respectful, but I don't think
when they go back and forth, it's like,
It's not like a Masvidal Kobe beef type thing, but yeah, it's like a respectful disagreement type.
It's not like I'm gonna sneak up on you in the steak bar and go crack. Or no, Will Smith, like, yo.
Well, the Will Smith one, let's not even get into that, to be honest. Let's not get into that. But
I mean, all right, cool.
Yeah,
we should.
We can talk about it later. We can talk about it later.
Cool,
I guess.
cool. All right, cool.
Finish off with the fights. Let's finish off with the
For
fights
sure.
and stuff.
For sure.
Because that Will Smith shit is fucked up, and I think it's a topic that we will go on and on about. But let's go through the fight.
Oh yeah. Hey, listen, we need clicks, man.
Well, everyone's trying to get those clicks from the Will Smith thing.
I know. I know they're eating off the plate, man.
That's it, man. That's it. But let's move on. So the co-main event is Aljamain Sterling and Peter Yan. Obviously controversial.
Finally.
After that controversial one last time, which was, listen, man, I like Aljamain. Aljamain was on a tear. He's a beast.
Yeah.
But I just see Peter Yan taking it because, like, in the first fight, yes, Aljamain came in with so much pressure in the beginning, and then Peter Yan just took over. And to be honest, I saw him just winning. Obviously, he made a mistake with the knee, and that cost him the title. And then now it's time to get it back. And after his fight with Sandhagen, the last fight he was Sandhagen, you're just like, Peter Yan's still up there, bro. He's still there.
Yeah. Nothing's changed. Who had surgery? Aljamain had surgery
Aljamain on his
in
neck
that time.
in his
neck. He had surgery. Yeah, he had surgery. But I mean, I think he lost a lot of like fans and gained a lot of new ones with his I'm champion, you know. And I don't know, like I didn't want that for him. I didn't want him to be painted with that brush of some fake champion, like, because I mean he's Jamaican. That works for me, you know. But I liked his energy. I liked what he was about, you know. And so I hope that if he does win, he's able to, you know, clear some lines out there, because there's a lot of people that hate on him for what he did, and the whole stare down with Cejudo, like, what are you doing? Like, you gotta fight Yan. You can't go to Cejudo. What are you doing? Like, there was a whole narrative about that. Oh, you're trying to jump over Peter Yan. You didn't even win the belt. So I hope if he does win, I hope that that's quashed. But you know, you're right. I think Peter Yan does have him.
Yeah,
he has his number.
I agree. I mean, even with myself, I was like, oh man, why are you flossing the belt like that? Maybe just pull it aside, train for the next fight. That's what it was. He was flossing it. He was showing up, and it was like, oh, that's a bit cringy. That's a bit cringy, man. Maybe just, you know, like, take the belt. You're the champion now by disqualification. But just say, look, I'm putting this in my closet, and we're gonna fight again. But anyway, I guess he did what he had to do. I mean, you know what? Maybe it was a strategy of getting views and whatnot. People who want to see him lose on this fight. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Right. I was gonna say, like, maybe he just you know took the bread and ran with it. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on this train. It's not necessarily going in the direction that I want it to, but it's moving. You know, people are looking.
So maybe there's gonna be people tuning in tomorrow to be like, finally, this guy's gonna get his ass kicked after winning the title for that way.
I mean, a lot of people feel that way about Colby. So and look where he is in the UFC. So why not?
Yeah, no, for sure. So I'm just messaging Kibbs. But yeah, no, I mean, look, I do think. I think Aljamain's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder because he's going to try and prove everyone wrong and prove that he does deserve the title. And he's a fucking bad fight. He's a bad motherfucker, man. Let's be real. I mean, the way he handled, like, what's his name? I just mentioned him, Sandhagen. The way he handled him, bro. I mean, he's still a beast.
Oh yeah.
But I just think Peter Yan's just I don't know. He's just got amazing. His striking and boxing is amazing. Yeah.
His IQ is on another level. Like, when I saw him take down Aldo, I was like, I heard that in sparring, obviously sparring is sparring, but Aldo would possibly get the upper hand, and then I didn't see that at all. I was like, okay, this guy's superior. Like, shit.
I guess Jim, I don't know. Jim sparring, actually, I don't know. Jim sparring and main fighting and real fighting, maybe it's different. Like, the mentality is different, the mind frame is different. There's no holding back. There's no, in the gym, at least it's like, all right, we're training together. Maybe there's a little bit of ego, but the environment is, whether in a gym, whether it's in a fight, is the environment is, and the mind frame is, I'm gonna fight, and I'm gonna fight to try and hurt. I'm gonna try and hit you to try and hurt you and knock you out. At least in the gym, it's yes, that might happen sometime, but mostly it's like, we're here to learn, and I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you prepare for your fight or whatever it is. So
unless you're Sean Strickland and you're just like, fuck it.
Oh yeah, that guy. I think that's all his training. His training is just sparring and fighting, but he's a beast, bro.
Right.
He's a madman. The madman. But I'm gonna go with Peter Yan on that one.
Peter Yan for the win. Yep.
Yeah, the next one is to be honest with
Unfortunately.
you, the main event that I'm looking forward to, man. Gilbert Burns versus
Yeah.
Khamzat Chimaev. This, I know Khamzat Chimaev's got the hype, man, and I'm super excited for this one. So this one's really the fight I'm looking forward to more than anything, bro. Listen, we spoke about this briefly, right? One is
We did.
Ramadan.
We
It is
did.
Ramadan, so I'm
Yes.
interested to see if Khamzat has that same mind frame of like, I'm a beast.
I'm sure.
I might whatnot. But
I'm sure.
if Khamzat does what he's done in his first 4 UFC fights, which means
Yep.
just not taking a single hit and then just
That's it.
destroying his opponent and destroying
Speed
your
running. He's speed running. Elden Ring speed run.
He's bro, then that I feel like he's already now. I'm feeling like possibly he can beat Usman, but if he does that, then I feel like my mind's already gonna be like, yeah, he's next champ, man. He's gonna take this welterweight division, then just go up, take the middle. Like, I don't know about middleweight. We'll see what he does, but if he steamrolls through Gilbert Burns, man, then I feel like he's gonna take the welterweight division. I feel so, man, because it's who does that? Who has 4 fights in the UFC and doesn't takes only 2 strikes? And one of them was like one of those backhand strikes, which was not even significant. I mean, different kind of beast, but we'll never know. Let's see if Gilbert Burns, I think for Gilbert Burns, even if he just takes him into the 2nd, 3rd round and makes people show, oh yeah, you can take Khamzat into the 2nd round or 3rd round. That will humanize him a bit. You know what I mean? It's like that quote, what was it, in Iron Man 2, where he says, if you make a god bleed, people will stop believing, or some shit like that. Something like that. It's kind of like I think Gilbert Burns has got to kind of like, you know, just show that, hey, this guy's human. Whether he wins or loses, like show him he's human, and then
he can bleed.
Yeah, and then the people, and even with Kamaru, might be like, yeah, okay, this guy bleeds too. I'm gonna take him out. Yeah. So, but if he steamrolls him, then it's still like the anonymity of like, yo, this guy.
Can he even be touched?
Can't
be touched, can't be moved.
Yeah.
Remember that song? You remember Roy Jones?
Yes, yeah.
We hot. When will you learn?
What you thinking about this fight, though? What do you think?
I couldn't even tell you to begin with, man. I don't even know. Like, it's so, the numbers are astronomical. I can't count that. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like the way Khamzat has, like you said, how he's carried himself so far, he shows every kind of indication that he's gonna just run with this and just literally be that running back, just that's rhino, just running through everybody, just running. You know, that's why I see. It's hard to say. This is gonna be his first real challenge.
Yeah.
And if he's able to just and keep running, you know. I think we have a monster on our hands.
Bro, he's the favorite. Like, again, the odds on the UFC site I'm seeing is minus 525 comes out, and then plus 385 for Gilbert Burns. And now I don't know much about these the way these things work. But basically, if it says minus 525, that means you're the favorite by far.
Yeah.
So it's crazy,
it makes
man.
Sense.
Honestly, for me, that's the main. I'm really looking forward to see what Khamzat does. I'm a fan, but I'm also excited by the hype. I'm on the hype train. I'm on the hype train. Yeah. I'm on it, man. I'm on it. And if Gilbert Burns can just kind of, maybe he can derail it. Maybe might not be by winning, but even derail it by showing that he's human and puts him through a fight. That would also be a win, I reckon, man. Like, because of how beastly.
In many people's eyes, that would be a win to see that he has weaknesses.
Yeah, we've come through so many hype trains, right? So many, right, in the past, right? But no one who's had 4 fights and not been hit. You know what I mean? There's a difference in the hype train. Whereas before, it's like, you know, you got the McGregor and whatnot, but yeah, people be landing leg shots and maybe, you know, take him down and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But this guy has literally been killing people without getting touched. In his words, I kill everyone. In his words, without even being touched.
Smash.
Well, yeah, man. So I don't know. For me, that's the most exciting fight. He's ranked number 11 right now. He'll definitely go. I think he'll definitely get a title shot if he wins this one, no doubt.
He just hasn't been. No one's.
They'll do that shit. You know what? They might do that shit in Abu Dhabi. I might be in Dubai by then, bro. I'm going to that. They might have him and Islam on the same card. Both of them getting their title shots. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that in Abu Dhabi?
The Muslim community would they,
bro.
they would. I don't even know what to say.
That's what I see like it's gonna happen, man. All right, moving on the rest of the card, man. Like, there's a couple fights to be exciting. Look, Mackenzie Dern is coming back against Tisha Torres. She's a beast, jiu-jitsu beast, right? Mackenzie Dern.
Yes.
So, I mean,
and she's a mother as well. She remember she was out like, well, as mothers do, and then she came back, bounced back, body was back to normal. She came back with a win. I think that win was
a bit close though, right? Remember, she was striking. If I remember correctly, her last, I can't remember exactly who she fought, but if I remember, it wasn't like
a blonde girl.
I think so. I can't remember, bro. But I
just remember knocked somebody out, and she was overweight. Remember that?
Oh, but that was before she was pregnant, right? That was before the baby, right?
Okay.
I think the last fight, if I remember correctly, man, it was she won, but it was very tight. It was a very close fight. She couldn't take her down much. There was no submission. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, hats off. Tisha Torres, I haven't seen her for a long time. She was around a lot more, and then she kind of went quiet. I haven't seen her for a good while. What's her name? The Tornado Tisha Torres or Tasmania? I don't know, something like that. But yeah, that would be interesting to see. I'll definitely watch that one.
Next, after that is
I think I might stay to watch this card.
Yeah.
I think I have to,
bro. Especially those last few fights.
Yeah, I think that's required.
Yeah. What's next, man? I'm butchering the name. Olnek. Oh fuck, I'm butchering the name, bro.
Who? Your neck? My neck? What? Who's next?
Dude, bro, you know the dude that just submits people from. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say his move is
he lets you get on top and then he gives you like the
Von Fluke.
No, the Von Fluke choke was the one where someone gets you in a guillotine and then you put the choke and you put your shoulder into it. He gets you in kind of like the
I read it recently as well.
Ezekiel choke from the bottom.
That's it. Ezekiel choke. Yeah. Ezekiel choke.
Yeah, he's a bit. I don't know. I'm fucking up names, but he's fighting Gerard Van Der.
Isn't it? Yeah, go on.
Alexei Olenk. Let me. Olenek. What is this? Running out of time. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade to remove 40-minute limit. What the fuck? This is the first time this happened.
This is basic.
Yeah, Zoom don't normally do that. But anyway, we'll finish within the next 10 minutes anyway.
Sure.
So that's one. Kelvin Gastelum's back. So it's good to see him.
Is he?
Yeah, he's fighting a guy
called fighting again?
Lucas Du Plessis. I don't know, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Gastelum. I think he's I've seen his growth. He was a bit chunkier before. He lost a lot of weight. He got, I think he changed camp a couple of times, didn't he? And then he kind of, I remember he fought Adesanya. He dropped Adesanya. He did really well. He beat down Bisbee. He had a good run, and then he kind of went a little bit off a bit.
Well, that Adesanya fight was a great fucking fight, and then after that, I guess it just kind of. I mean, I don't know if after that, but it just kind of like I think he fought Jack Hermanson, got his leg locked and whatnot. I'm pretty sure it's Jack Hermanson. Yes. Robert Whittaker. No, he fought Darren Till. Sorry, I think he fought Darren Till. Yeah. So was it Darren Till? I can't remember, man. But
this is why this is the basic MMA analyst. Don't hate on us.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we're just giving our thoughts, but we're just talking MMA, man. All right, prelims. What we got in the prelims?
You got them back though, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, what we got prelims? You got Aspen Ladd versus Raquel Pennington. You got Ian Gary.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good fight. Aspen Ladd was meant to be the new up and coming, you remember? And then she had that really bad fight where I think she busted her leg. Remember that?
I can't remember.
She couldn't continue. So I don't know. She was up and coming, new like star, and then she had a hype train and it got derailed. And after that, well, I don't know yet, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Who else we got? We've got Ian Gary versus Darren Weeks. What's his name? Rosenstrike. Remember Rosenstrike? I can't even say it. Rosenstrike versus Merkin Tabura.
Oh, the heavyweight. The guy who
bro.
got smacked up by Ngannou.
Yeah, Rosenstrike was supposed to be, because he was calling out Ngannou at that time, and then Ngannou was just like, I knocked him the fuck out. Bro. Who else is that? Mickey Gall was back.
Man.
Yeah,
Mickey
yeah.
Gall.
Make it go.
He was
Remember him?
another one that was on the hype train as well for a
Yeah.
while. I remember
And
that.
then
And
I
then he
think,
fought CM Punk, got a
yeah,
massive
exactly.
payday.
And
And
then
then
Diego Sanchez, I think, tore him up basically, man. When Diego was the basic coach. But Diego's a beast,
oh
though.
yeah, because he was called wasn't he disrespectful to him as well, saying he was
Think
old and
so.
all that,
Think
washed up.
so. But Mickey
Good.
Gall, I
He
think
got
Mickey Gall is
smacked
just
up.
a young up and coming guy. I read something recently where he was just talking shit about Bruce Lee, or when I say talking shit, saying that I will smash Bruce Lee, I'll kill him or whatnot. Which is, you know
I
what?
saw the article and I thought you need to get dismantled
You know what it is,
on
yeah?
a cellular
Old
level.
school MMA fighters, like, or generally martial arts, will always have that respect. They can understand that the generational skill set and knowledge is different now. At his time, this
It's
guy was the
faded.
only one was talking about MMA and talking about mixing styles. Of course, if you used
Right.
to fight Bruce Lee now, you beat him because the level was different. But it's that respect
Yeah.
value as a martial artist. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's
I
his
mean, who else came up with the highest form of technique is no technique. Mickey Go, you weren't even shitting in your diapers yet.
Yeah,
So shut up.
exactly. And you'll never have that philosophy background and that impact on martial arts like a legend like
No.
Bruce Lee. It's not just
Yeah.
because of the fighting. Yes, there's all these things. Oh, Bruce Lee didn't fight, blah, blah, whatever. The fact is, he is a legend in martial arts because of his mind frame, because of the evolution of martial arts that he put through. And anyway, I mean,
Sure.
that's his thing. But listen, man, I mean, look, I think we got a great card. I can't wait for it. We got 5 minutes before Zoom locks us off. I didn't know Zoom is limited to 40. It was something might have happened, man. But anyway, before that locks off, did you want to quickly talk about, was there any other news, or did you want to talk about the Will Smith thing? Did you have any thoughts about that? What do you think about the slap? What's your thoughts?
I was actually watching like a lot of body language analysts about that kind of thing and breaking down Jada's body language, Will's and Rock, because initially I thought it was I thought it was staged initially. When I first saw the clip, I was like, it looks pretty funny, like it looks out of place, and the way that Chris Rock just played it off, I was like, he's either the ultimate professional or that was staged. And then I looked more into it and I realized it's not. The body language is really weird. It's telling a lot of different things, a lot of strange things. And yeah, basically the title of that story is How to Destroy Your Career in Less Than 5 Minutes. That's what I got from it, like you go from, the guy, one of the most profound, renowned, global superstars ever, right? To win one of the highest accolades, in history, and then you just lose that whole facade in like 20 seconds. Incredible.
Listen, I'm a Will Smith fan. I'm always gonna be a Will Smith.
Yeah.
When he brings new movies out, I'm 100% gonna watch them.
I mean,
He won
he brings the movies
yeah,
out.
there's been some delays. I've already seen some stuff on delays. I think they'll forgive
I
him or
heard.
what? Not forgive him, but he'll move on. I hate cancel culture. Listen, I don't think they should take away Oscars. I don't think they should cancel him. Fuck that shit. I hate cancel culture. However, the more I looked into it, I was like, yeah, fuck Will. At that time, I was like, fuck Will Smith, man. You're basic, man. And I was like, basically Team Rock.
Bring him on the podcast.
I'm Team Rock. I'm Team Rock all the way. You should never assault anyone. I think violence is definitely not the way. And yes, Hollywood and all that shit is weird. That the fact that you can assault someone and then go win an Oscar and then go give a bullshit speech. My biggest thing was that I was upset about, or just I don't know. I guess my biggest thing was there was that, but it was like, hold on, you let next man fuck your wife, but cussing her bar lead is an issue. Like you get slapped. Like that's weird to me. That's so weird. Open relationship, whatever, that's weird. But the fact that your next man can fuck your wife, but if you make a joke about a bar lead, you're gonna get slapped. That's weird. And yes, alopecia and all that sort of stuff, cool. I get it. But comedians are comedians, bro. I've said this before to Kibbs last week. Comedians make joke about kids in Africa starving and the Holocaust. That's their job. They make light of dark situations. It doesn't mean they mean it. It's just comedy, right? But yeah.
Not only that, but they put that out there. She has her round table thing. She throws that stuff. The comics wouldn't have the material if he didn't give it to them, So come on, But the weird thing is that people didn't see is after she slapped him, after Will slapped The Rock, right? Or Chris Rock, and he came back. You see her laughing. People
Mm.
haven't seen that video much. You see her laughing
There
afterwards,
was
like,
another clip. I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I'm like, yo, that situation is dark.
She's definitely poison for him, man. But I think, listen, man, like I said, I'm still gonna watch. I'm a fan of Will Smith, and I will be. I just think in this situation, he was 100% wrong. He fucked up. He's a dickhead for doing it. He's a bully for doing it. All the bad things he is. But you know, Chris Rock, he handled it like a professional. I think he's a man.
Take a slap.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He took a slap and he handled it well, man, because it's a big stage in front of millions of people. He could have just said, fuck this, and ripped him, right?
He could, yeah.
He could have, but he handled it because the show's got to carry on, and he did. And you know what?
Yeah.
Credit to him, and he's gaining a lot of fans right now because of the way he handled it as well. He stuck up
His
for
event sold out because
yeah,
probably because of it as well. Yeah, yeah.
definitely. So I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of both. I've always been a fan of both, but Rock, I love the way he handled it. So you know, Will Smith,
sure.
Let him not die away. Sorry, let him fade away a little bit, compose himself, whatever. He'll come back, and he's an amazing performer. So you know,
of course, madness, man. But like some of the interesting things about the body language was the fact that Chris Rock was gonna destroy him, and he held it back. I don't know if you noticed that he was and he let it go. He was gonna so ultimate professional.
Handed it, man. Well, cool. All right, brother. We got 1 minute left. This shit's timing down, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. Hopefully, if we cut that through the timing, I don't know if the recording will stay. So let's cut it there, bro. Look, next week, big fight, UFC 273.
Yes.
Can't wait. When we'll catch up about that next week and give our thoughts about it. But until then, everyone, peace, stripes. All right, hold on. Let me get a shot before you. Let me stop the recording.
It counts down.